Virgo, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-June 2026. And I'll do the reading for you, and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Virgo. What do we got for you? The overall energy for the reading, the Wheel of Fortune. We've got potentially some changes at play for you. Yeah, there's a lot of energy of moving and moving on and moving away from things. Yeah, things are changing here. Starting off the reading, you get the Two of Swords crossed by the Seven of Swords. I feel like you kind of want to drop something, like you just want to forget about it or just put it behind you or something, but there's so much overthinking that I'm not sure if you're actually dropping this, whatever this is. In your focus, the Six of Cups, there's a soul connection here that shows up for you. In the recent past, the Seven of Wands, a little bit of a resistance to some sort of process here. In your strength, the Seven of Cups, see, you do got it there. The moving on part, the, hey, I'm doing this, you know? And I think you are moving in a particular direction that may be different than what you imagine, but hey, it's, you know, you're moving. In the immediate future, the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, there is movement here, movement forward, very, very, very slow, like you're taking your sweet time like no tomorrow. If there's an opportunity of, hey, this is the time that this is going to go in, and this is the opportunity in which you take your sweet time, you take that one. Like you're not in a rush at all. In the supportive energy, you get the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love that shows up here. Is the squirrel trying to get to the feeder? Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of love here in your heart. For yourself, for somebody else, potentially, we shall see. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Six of Swords. You are actually moving on. Moving further and further away from something with a little bit of, you know, kicking and resistance along the way, but you are moving away from something. In your hopes and fears, the Magician, you're trying to manifest something. For the potential outcome, the Eight of Swords. It's so complicated over there that that's not even funny. I don't know what's going on there. It's just a lot of beyond overthinking that it's very hard to tell what gets you there in that, you know. But we shall see. But let's do the Wheel of Fortune. For the Wheel of Fortune, you get the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Hierophant. Okay. Whatever change this is, looks good, feels good in theory. It's one of those, doesn't sound bad at all, you know? But when it comes down to applying these changes that I see here, even though it looks good and feels good, there's a lot of kicking on the way to create this change. You know, there's a lot of resistance. So, let me see the Two of Swords. The Empress, the Five of Wands, the Eight of Swords. Okay, well, there's a lot of bumping of heads too, because this change doesn't involve only you. There's another energy, at least one other energy that I'm seeing here. And it looks like along the way, you're just bumping heads. Every opportunity you can get, you're just going to bump those heads. It's going to be like, okay, this is an opportunity. We can do this. Okay, let's. And then it's all just becoming very confusing. Like, why the fuck are we even doing this? It's because, you know, there's an energy of change over whatever the hell is going on here. This change is presenting itself as, hey, everything is going to be better than fine here. Both of you are acknowledging that. Both of you want that change, but how you're coming at it potentially along the way, it's just getting the two of you in that position of bumping heads. Let me do the Seven of Swords, you get the Strength card, the Six of Cups, the Three of Wands. You've had times in which you kind of looked at all of whatever's going on here and you thought to yourself, you know what, maybe it'll be just easier to just fuck it all and just walk away from this. You know, you've had those times. You probably still do. From time to time, something like that shows up in which you're like, maybe just fuck it all. I don't know. I think whatever this is has been a process of change for quite a while, though. So during this process, you've definitely had those times. I think it's valid on both ends. You know, those times in which, fuck it. For the Six of Cups in your focus, you get the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. You're also very stubborn, though. You know, there's a sense of stubbornness for sure. Like, even when the shit hits the fan drastically there in those times in which you bump heads, you're still coming through, you know, 5 minutes after, and you're saying, okay, we can make this work. We can make this work. Like, there's a lot of determination here to make something work. To apply these changes and make something work. Let's do the Seven of Wands in the recent past. The Knight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Ooh, yeah, there's been progress here, though. Because when this was coming to fruition, this change, initially, you were not on board. You're like, nope. No, we're not going to do that. No. Yeah, no. No. None of that, please. So now you're looking like, okay, you're there. You know, there's still some, but no. Initially, no way you would have jumped in this. For the Seven of Cups in your strength, you get the Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, you're showing me an energy of self-love here, and you're also telling me, yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah. I'm taking care of myself, you know, I feel it. And while it's true that you are doing that, the way you're saying it, you're kind of giving me a 90% out of 100 that you're doing that. Well, you're doing that at about 5% of 100. So it's still good. You know, 5% is still good. We'll take it. But, like, don't think that that's what self-care and self-love and putting yourself first is. That's just a fraction of it, whatever it is that you're doing there. Because you're kind of throwing in this energy of, there's so many ways in which I can show you how, you know, I put myself first and all of that. Yeah, I can see one. For the Knight of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Sun, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, things are going to change for the better here. Like, from the first instance, I saw this popping into this energy of change, whatever this experience is, from that 100% resistance to it all. You're definitely looking a whole lot better right now. Well, as you proceed, as you move on through this change, things are looking freaking amazing. Like, there's happiness, there's love, there's all sorts of good stuff in there. You know? And the more you walk through this energy of things changing here, the better it feels. Let me do the Queen of Cups. For the Queen of Cups, you get the Star, the Tower, the Page of Swords. I think you're having an aha moment here. You know how sometimes we think that, no, what I want is the best. What I think I want is the best for me, because otherwise I wouldn't want it. Sometimes it's not, though. Sometimes it's not for our highest good. That's why, you know, sometimes it's being taken away. Whatever we think we want. So, no, that's control. You know? So I think you're having a little bit of an aha moment around this energy of, you know, what serves you versus what you think you want or what you think is best for you. this comes through as a revelation, as a, oh my God, you know, I just realized that. So it's in your heart's desire. It's not what you think you want, so that you can go ahead and start controlling the situation in such a way that something happens that you know, fulfills whatever it is that you want. Let's do the Six of Swords. In the hidden energies, you get the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Things are shifting here, not just for you, but for there's a commitment here. There's something. There's someone else here. It's not just you. Yeah, you feel better and better as you go in this, but the transition, I think, applies to you and somebody else. There's a commitment here, as far as I can see. And as you feel better and better each day going through these changes, so is the commitment. The energy of this commitment is looking better and better. It's looking like brand new almost at some point. It's like, oh my God, what is this? I don't know, but I'll take it. For the Magician, in your hopes and fears, you get the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands. There's definitely your manifestation is moving you in the direction of moving on from something. You know, not necessarily someone, not necessarily a commitment, not just the act of moving on towards something new. And while you're actively manifesting that, you're also actively in your own way with that. So as you want to embrace that whole experience of, here I go, next chapter is opening up, you're also not present as that new chapter is opening up. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, there comes, you know, an opposition of that, of you being present there with it. So sometimes you're standing in your own way, basically. We all do. It's just a matter of acknowledging when that happens, so that, you know, we stop doing it. For the, otherwise you get there. For the Eight of Swords in a potential outcome, you get the Three of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Wands. I think as exciting as it is, energetically speaking, to jump into a new chapter that embraces you with endless possibilities, basically, because you could do whatever you want, right? Starting brand new, a new chapter. You can create your reality in whichever way you want there. So, of course, you would manifest it from a higher self perspective. From a human perspective, if you complicate things too much, if you get too stuck in your head about it, oh my God. But what's going to happen? But when is it going to happen? But how is it going to happen? Well, now I know how you got that wound on your back. Oh, crazy squirrel. You know, and all of those questions that lead you nowhere and definitely rip you apart from the present moment, then, yeah, you get to that point in which it gets so fucking complicated that you exhaust yourself, first of all. Second of all, you're not present with a new chapter that just opened up for you. Third of all, you're going to need a break from your own mind, which is exactly what you're doing. So you're kind of exhausting yourself, basically, and you're not experiencing the flow of these energies, the natural flow of these energies, you know. You're not doing it intentionally, of course, you just panic. This is a time in which a lot of trust the unknown applies, or should apply. But if you lack that trust, then you get there, into that place of panic and oh my God. No, I need to know. I know Virgos need to know, but it's okay sometimes to not know. No, it's not. Anyways. From the universe for you, as a final advice, you get the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it's just a chapter that's ending. And, you know, the ultimate goal of whatever this experience is for you is that of you kind of coming back to yourself. Kind of, you know, focusing on yourself as much as possible. Self-love, you know, more than 5% there would be ideal. And you're looking like you're recognizing that. Like, yeah, I see what this is about. I get it. Well, then why don't you do it? Oh, I do it. I do it. Yeah, 5%. No, it's more than 5%. Anyways, let's do the oracle of the 7 energies. Man, this came out strong. Tender embrace, number 22. Oh, that's so pretty. There's 2 elephants embracing their trunks. Here, before it gets faded out. Key concepts: compassion, warm-hearted care for self and others, sensitivity and empathy, benevolence, kindness. Put your heart on your put your hand on your heart and breathe deeply, inhaling a sense of gratitude. Now, how do you feel? Keep doing this, tuning into the world around you, others you know, and even those you don't know. Can you feel compassion for them? Compassion is an emotion of tenderness and sensitivity. It's a feeling of benevolence and reverence as you stand witness to the suffering of the world. Now is the time to reduce the pain and focus on compassion in all areas of your life. Today, do something deliberately kind for another. Even looking a stranger in the eye and smiling can make a world of difference. The questions to ask now are: where do I need to be kinder and gentler? How can I serve, and in what capacity can I be in alignment with the solution to the suffering of the world? Could it be that you need to be more compassionate towards yourself? If you spend all your time in service to others, if you spend all your time in service to others, it's easy to forget about your own needs. When you accept yourself, you can bring more loving energy to others. Today, make a commitment to practice self-compassion. Release yourself from the burdens of perfectionism. I think it knows it's talking to you. Allow yourself the grace to be human, and then do the same for others. It's not your job to tell others how to express themselves, even if you don't like the way the world behaves. Today, be kind for no reason at all, and watch miracles arise. Well, that's an advice we should all take. But anyways, that's what I have for you. And hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.